Welcome back, everybody. The great old one, Kahulu, is still with us. Today is the letter N, and I'm going to present to you a pair of movies, and the first being one that is very, very close to my heart, one of the first truly scary movies I ever saw, and one that, because of growing up in the Pittsburgh area, really hits close to home. Pardon me for the pause there, but one that really hits close to home. Coming all the way from 1968, we have the legendary original cut Night of the Living Dead, directed by the Lord of the Zombies himself, George A. Romero. The film that I firmly believe truly started the zombie genre and what we perceive as zombies today. I think the one thing, well, one of the many things that I truly appreciate about this film is that there is no backstory. You have the zombies, the reanimated dead, I should say, come back right from the start. And there is no explanation as to why. There is no idea of how to deal with them. It's just, can humanity as a species figure out how to combat literally an army of the reanimated undead? And like I say, it starts off right from the bat, right in the opening cemetery scene. The classic line, if you've heard it and don't know where it's came from this. It is, they're coming to get you, Barbara. That's where it came from. That's what started it all. And just an utterly fantastic movie, still to this day, very creepy. And you have a creepy factor when, even as an adult, you're still a little wary about maybe walking into that dark room for the next day or so after seeing a movie. And I firmly believe that this movie is one of those. It has such a real feeling, a real atmosphere to it, that wouldn't be surprised at some point if something like this was on the news. And in fact, part of it that really drives that point home is at the end of the movie, they have a newscaster on the television in the movie talking about how there was a meteor strike, and scientists think that somehow all of this is linked. The fact of the matter is, for people outside of the Pittsburgh area, that the character on screen playing the news reporter actually was a television personality in Pittsburgh, known as Chilly Billy, passed away in 2016, but Bill Cardell, the legendary figure. Chilly Billy came from his TV variety show in which he would host a segment about scary movies. They would call it Chiller Theater. It was before my time, unfortunately, but I know a lot of people, my father included, really do remember it. So the fact that a trusted television personality was now on the television talking about what was going on, I mean, yes, people did know that it was a movie, but it just lent an air of, dare I say, authenticity to it. If you haven't seen this movie, you should. You can get it anywhere. It was one of those, through some mix-up, it was not copywritten or copyrighted. I'm not sure which is the correct usage of that. It is in the public domain, so you can find it everywhere. You can find it on any streaming platform. Go to any big box store, you can probably find it on a mix pack. I probably, through various mix packs I have about 7 copies of it in one form or fashion. But if you haven't seen it or heard of it, I recommend it wholeheartedly. So let's move Night of the Living Dead off to the side, and we're going to kind of piggyback off of what happened yesterday when I was speaking of the Monster Squad, because this movie actually was directed by the same man, Fred Decker, that did the Monster Squad. A year before, I present to you another sci-fi horror comedy conglomeration of awesome from 1986, Night of the Creeps. Night of the Creeps, what can you say? So I'm just going to say it. It starts off with a bit of a flashback. In the late 50s, aliens are heading to Earth to make sure that a science experiment of theirs doesn't go awry. They crash land. The science experiment, which turns out to be an alien slug-like monster thing, infects a college student, so they deep freeze him to prevent it from spreading. Fast forward to the modern day. The body is unfrozen. The slug monster escapes. Chaos ensues. Zombies abound. Hilarity is everywhere. But the parasites are infecting the college. And naturally, as with any movie in the 80s, the group of teenagers bands together to try to put a stop to the chaos. Another great, fantastic movie. Another treasure from the greatest decade for horror, in my opinion, the 1980s. And I'm going to sum it up with the tagline, Kahulu will agree. The good news is your dates are here. The bad news is they're dead. I'll just give you a little back artwork. Thrill me, it says. And you know what? I firmly believe it does. So there you go. The Pair of Ends. And it's definitely, make it a Night of the Living Dead, Night of the Creeps. There's other nights of, but they'll be covered in another video probably at some point. So for now, I'm going to return the great old one to his place of honor down on my mantle. And hopefully you're enjoying this. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen these. Oh, and I should say, normally I say, avoid remakes of movies sometimes because they're not good. They remade Night of the Living Dead in 1990. I thought it was very good. It was directed by Tom Savini, the special effects artist. But there you go. Night of the Living Dead, Night of the Creeps, Night of Great Movies brought to you by me. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Let me know what you thought, and we will see you tomorrow, everybody.